Story time. So, I made these Indian agate beads. They're one of the first mala that I ever made. And I was watching some things about the Indus Valley civilization while I was making them because, Indian agate, and I like to get as ancient and as remote as I can. Well, I, later I had to rebead it because this was a prototype and it was on the string that would break. So, I have like another certificate for it. It's kind of cool having these prototypes, because it's like I beat it twice. And now that I have this new string that works perfectly, I'm never going to have to do that again. Unless the person has some serious insanity and it breaks, but I have never had a problem with the new string breaking. It's super sturdy, really good. But basically, I attuned this one Indian agate mala to the Indus Valley civilization, along with some things from the Rig Veda, and other things in that kind of line, but mostly that. And I, in rebeating it, I poured a lot more in because I got a lot better at figuring these things out. And the last thing I put in it on a whim with those beads, it was a rosary from India. And I was later looking up where in India this rosary came from. And it comes from this little town, which is an Indus Valley civilization site. And I looked at, the information about the site. And guess what they found at the site? Agate beads. What did I use for the mala in the first place? Agate beads. So, it's like really interesting seeing the synchronicities that are linked with them. And, these are the synchronicities that, are happening before it even leaves my hands, leaves my possession. This is the first international order. So it's really, really exciting. And another one. And, okay, the other story is I got these chocolate labradorite beads and I put them next to these unakite beads. And, even before I even did that, my friend had messaged me this crazy long epiphany about Mary in Ephesus. This really nice kind of, long thing that he had figured out and realized, and it was wonderful. I'm actually going to print it out and send it with the order. But, the chocolate labradorite beads, I had placed them next to the beads that I had set aside for him. We're doing an art trade for it. He's like, just set them aside. It's going to take a while for me to get to your piece. And I was like, me too, so it's whatever. Then, I was thinking of what's the best thing to do with the chocolate lab beads. I was talking to the girl. I was like, where are you from? What's your bloodline? What do you really want? And she's Turkish, and I was looking up, all right, let's do a rosary in Turkey. And then I found this rosary done at Mary's house in Ephesus. And I was like, why don't I start the mala off with this one? And I listened to that while I do this. And she was like, that sounds absolutely perfect. I really like that idea. And I was like, wait a second, where was Ephesus and Mary's home brought up? By my friend whose beads were neighbors with this one. So, imagine what's going to happen when these people have them and are praying with them every day. These are things that are happening before they leave my hands.